Hey everyone, thank you guys for joining over here on Rails World. We have some great topics to catch you guys up on this quick little pop in. I hope you guys are doing well. Shout out to my top flight mods, Truth to You podcast for being in the building. Thank you for being here and everyone else coming in. Let's get into the show, shall we? First topic, honey. Young Miami sits down with give me 1 second, let me get it pulled up. Sits down with the Breakfast Club Charlemagne the God to talk about her experience with Diddy is pretty much not the same experience that everyone else experienced when she was with him. And she says that he's really a really nice guy. Well, that's not what the courts have to say. I always said that I felt like Young Miami should have had some charges as well. But everyone else seems to everyone has their own opinion on that. Do I feel like she was involved in maybe some FOs or two? I do. All right. I feel that most of not all of the women that Diddy had around him that he called girlfriends, I feel like they may have indulged in a few FOs because that's exactly what he was into. But let's get into this video. Shout out to It's on Site. So Young Miami says that the Diddy that y'all saw isn't the Diddy that she experienced, as she admits continued support for him cost her brand deals and money. Well, I ain't seen nothing you were doing before. I'm just be honest, and I ain't trying to be mean when I say it. I ain't seen nothing you were doing before. I mean, the group you were in, nobody was checking for that. And that little podcast that you were on, no one cared about that. Okay. But let's get into it, child.
When someone, you were connected to becomes the center of serious allegations and legal issues, how do you reconcile the person you knew with the headlines everybody else sees?
I think in life, you always get put in something or a situation where you gotta make a life decision and you gotta look back and say, like, what makes sense for me right now? Like, I can love this person, but I can love this person from a distance, or, I can have a relationship with this person, but maybe I gotta come back to it. Like, maybe I gotta come back around. And I think that was one of those situations.
You wrote a letter vouching for Diddy's character. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people were upset because they was like, how could she do that after seeing the video with Cassie? A lot of people wanted to know why you decided to still write that letter.
I think I wrote a letter for a change, man. I think that the man that I met and that I experienced would change. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to justify some bullshit or like support some, but if I felt like that person was a change. Mm-hmm. And I felt like the person that I met was changed. It was a different experience. So that's why I wrote the letter.
How do you reconcile supporting someone publicly when the court of public opinion is saying something completely different?
Because if I meet you today, or if my time that I experienced with you is one way, I can only judge that person that way. So it's just like, I can't speak to nothing that I don't know of. I can only speak to the person that I met. And if I met this person that changed my life, that helped me grow, that treated me like a queen, that made me believe in myself, it's like, that's what I know. Mm. And I feel like people can have opinions, but I can only judge a person off of what I know and what I experienced. Like, I can't speak on nothing that I never was a part of, that I never knew. Like, I can only judge who I met. I can only judge who I was in a relationship with.
Young Miami, with all due respect, did you not tell the girl Gina, who was also doing the FOs or made to do the FOs with Diddy, don't make me make Diddy make you get on your knees? So it sounded like you knew about this situation for you to even have that type of conversation with her during the time that you guys were arguing about a situation, when you found out that she was speaking on Diddy during the same time you were running around at the BET Awards with this sign up talking about Diddy and Daddy, calling him Diddy, Daddy, Poppy, and all of this. At the end of the day, you made a statement to this girl saying, don't make me make Diddy make you get on your knees. Meaning to have her do something maybe to you sexually. It sounds like you were very much so involved in the extra freaky activities that were going on behind closed doors, but you were able to get out of there in time before the feds came and kicked the damn door down to where you did not receive charges and have your ass locked up behind bars or even testifying in court. I found it very weird for you to write a statement. I think that you were more so engulfed in all of the expensive gifts and trips that Diddy was able to take you to, and you were enjoying that. So you didn't want to mess that up. But at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. You are a mother of a daughter. Suppose that would have been your daughter being made to go from hotel to hotel, or being seen being kicked and stomped out like Cassie was in a hallway of a hotel by the elevators. Like, I feel like that's a little insensitive to still be able to sit up and say, oh, this is not the person I experienced, or that's not who he is. That's who we saw him to be. That is who we saw Diddy to be, putting hands on a female, stomping her out when she chose to walk away from a situation that she no longer wanted to be a part of. So I can't get down with that, nor can I be supportive of any female or anyone, to be exact, because once you see that, I think the entire world saw that video, including you, Young Miami. So it's very irresponsible as a woman, if we can call you that, okay, to sit on a platform and still defend a known abuser. Okay, there were text messages where he was asking you to bring the pink Coquiana on the airplane, and you were happy to oblige that as well. So you were involved in some things. You just chose not to speak up because you didn't want to fuck up your bag, right? But let's move along. We don't have no more for her. I don't do her on any level, honey, with her non-rapping self. Let's move along. Now, we talked about, and I'm going to put my trigger up for this particular post. We talked about the 3 young men who were involved in holding down a young girl and R-wording her, and also putting rocks in her mouth to muffle her scream. We do have an update on that. The judge releases the 12-year-old in this particular situation, accused of pinning a 12-year-old girl down and shoving rocks into her mouth so that his friends could violate her. We've heard about this. I played for you guys the video where one of the boys' aunt spoke up to defend them, saying that it wasn't that way. The young girl reciprocated that action. I highly doubt it if she was screaming and hollering and you guys were trying to muffle her screams with rocks. I really doubt it. She was screaming and hollering and doing all of that, trying to get away from them, if she wanted said action to take place. So let's go ahead and get into this update, because they were actually in front of the judge. Do I have my trigger up? Make sure, yeah, it's up. So the trigger is up. Let's go ahead and play that for you guys so y'all can see what's going on here. Now, Miami-Dade Judge Richard Hirsch ruled that Nelson Nunez, who is 13 years old, the alleged ringleader of the gang R-wording, must remain in jail. Now, Josiah Jones, who is 12 years old, was released but placed on strict house arrest. This is the 12-year-old is the one who put the rocks in the girl's mouth. I don't think he should have gotten out at all either. I think he should have at least stayed in juvenile hall, jail, whatever the case may be, because he also was a part of this behavior. Never mind the fact that he was 12 years old. We all know his age, but his actions is what landed him there, not his age. So I feel that just like the other boys were made to sit in jail, he should have been made to sit there as well. But let's continue. Xavier Tyson, who is 15, is out of custody, but is required to appear in court soon. He was 14 when the alleged attack occurred. Jones's lawyer argued that his client acted under duress and that the victim's statement suggested that he was remorseful. No, thank you.
Hearing, and I'll tell you some more details about what happened. There were 2 very different outcomes today. 13-year-old Nelson Nunez, the suspect accused of raping the young girl, will remain behind bars in an adult correctional facility as he awaits trial. Over the past several days, his attorney had Nunez's family members tell the judge how they would ensure his supervision if he were to be released. The judge was not convinced. However, 12-year-old Josiah Jones, the suspect accused of putting rocks in the young girl's mouth to silence her as she was allegedly being raped by Nelson Nunez, will be allowed to go home as he awaits trial. He'll be on lockdown at home. He'll have to attend virtual school and can't have access to the internet outside of school, and may not contact the victim or any other defendants. So both suspects are being tried as adults. We spoke to attorneys for both suspects after the ruling.
Now, that doesn't mean he's going to stay in custody forever. It just means for now, as we are defending the case and resolving the case, he will remain in custody.
My client received a substantial different
From today's
outcome because he was in substantially a different position. The position he was in was that he was forced to do the things that he did by the other 2 children as a threat of force. And those were the words of the young victim herself. Outcome because he.
Okay, so As you guys can see, two of the boys are sent home. One is on house arrest. The other obviously has the same thing going on. The older child is still in custody and will be tried as an adult. All of the boys will be tried as an adult, but the oldest one is still in custody, which he should be. I feel like all of them should be. Okay. I just do. I know they're kids, but you made a decision. You know right from wrong. As 12, 13, 14, 15-year-olds, you definitely know right from wrong, what to do, what not to do in this situation. When the whole time it was going down, I'm pretty sure something was telling you, don't do this. This is not right. But again, peer pressure. They said that they were forced to do what was being done by the older child. You could have at any time ran off to go and get an adult and say, hey, this person is doing this to this girl, and I don't want to do this, or come and help her. Anything could have been done instead of participating in such an egregious crime that I do feel they should definitely be reprimanded for. Let's move along. Boosie has spoken out again against the young woman who came out to say that he R-worded her, and he is still sticking to his stance of not being happy about said act. Okay, he ain't taking no prisoners here. So Boosie speaks out after the woman accuses him of assault at age 5 and says that she's a bold-faced liar, and calls for a public apology to be as loud as the disrespect that he received. He has already said that he was pressing charges against this young woman, and this young woman's family has also agreed to cooperate with him because she obviously has been very problematic, and she has been stalking him for quite some time. So let's get into this. Shout out to It's On Site, and shout out to Spiritual Word for the last post that we just saw with the young boys. Let's go.
Hey, this for everybody, like, people who in the comments saying shit, bloggers, everybody. If you didn't look at that girl and what she said, and your answer wasn't you a lying ass bitch, you got something against Boosie. She did a horrible job. This bitch say she was covered in blood. I wiped the blood off her. Told her sweet things in her ear. She was screaming and kicking. Her mama couldn't hear. All this shit, bro. You know that girl, bro, that girl completely lied, bro. Girl say she had a seizure, my nigga. What the fuck do you remember after you have a seizure? She cried with no tears, my nigga. Like, it was a horrible job of what she did, bro. Like, bro, I've been on the phone with this girl, grandma, family members. Bro, this her blood cousin, bro. Boosie, this is my blood cousin, bro. She lying. She always had mental problems and always been obsessed with you, even as a child. She lived with my grandma when she was a child. I know for a fact you ain't never seen her and never met her. We grew up together. No cap, her daddy name is Orlando Jackson. This is my uncle. He died of cancer in 01. She lived with my grandma ever since, my nigga. Her mama name is Robin. This is my real cousin. We all from Monroe, Louisiana. She lying, bro. She never met you. She lived with my grandma. You can call my grandma and get proof. My grandma is right here. Her real name is Desiree Jackson, bro. Her granddaddy was the one raping her. They already, am I in any of these, in these paperwork? My granddaddy raped her. Was I in any one of these paperwork? Years, no. This is a fucking psycho. We literally grew up in the same house. I'll come to court and testify and let everybody know that she is lying on you. Call me, Boosie. My grandma is right here. The one who raised her, man.
Wow.
Y'all wrong, my nigga. Y'all wrong, man. Y'all could have looked at this. I ain't gonna read the rest of the shit what she done her kids. Y'all gonna really say the bitch crazy when what she done her kids. And it's even worse, her kids got autism, what she done her kids, bro. Kids who really need help, what she done her kids. And this the bitch y'all chasing for.
See? I didn't believe the girl. I'm gonna be honest with you. When she was doing all that shit, I felt like something was off in the beginning, right? I kind of did. Something with her just seemed a little off. Boosie, just his whole demeanor, just the way he reacted to the situation. It wasn't the damn I'm caught. It's like the nerve of this bitch. That's the response that I got from when they played what this girl was saying that she experienced by him. I was just like, yeah, I don't know about this one. And I don't ever like to say that a woman did not experience something, but it's just something that just didn't sit right with me whenever she was telling her story. And then looking at his whole reaction by it, you can kind of tell when a person, I don't know, maybe I just read body language well. I don't know, but something in me felt like this girl was lying. And I'm glad that he is sticking to his story, and I'm glad that he is continuing to talk about it and not allowing people to run with narratives. I told you guys Tasha K was saying she wanted to interview this girl, which further pushes this situation even further, while Boosie is trying to rectify the situation in terms of not having his reputation screwed up by a person just who's making up a lie about him who don't even know him. This is crazy. Let's continue though.
Crazy, bro. Hey, this fuck.
So shout out to Boosie. Shout out to Boosie for speaking out. Whatever he feels he needs to do to clear his name, hey, it is what it is, right? If you got to take her to court, take her ass to court. All right, let's get into this next topic. We have some more Married to Medicine clips that were released. We don't need a trigger anymore for this because, child, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. But let's get into this next clip for Married to Medicine. The guys, the husbands are on the stage, and this new guy, he seems to be a little spicy. He a little too spicy for my taste. But they get into like a little back and forth tension. So it said the tensions backstage spills onto the actual reunion stage as Curtis and Steve is the new guy. Dr. Mimi is Steve's husband. Steve used to play for the Cleveland Browns for a very short time. He make it sound like he was just like in the NFL forever. I looked him up. They said he only literally played 5 games in the NFL, and most of the time he was on the bench. So he wasn't really that good where he would say, oh, I run from quarterbacks all the time and I'm this and I was in the NFL. He always loves to brag about that to maybe make the other guys feel, I guess, less than him. But he came onto the show real braggadocious about playing in the NFL. But sir, you only played 5 games with the Cleveland Browns, one of the sorriest fucking teams ever. And most of those games you were on the bench. Okay, yes, you were. So you were on the bench. So you weren't even that good. But let's get into the show, shall we? So Steve calls Dr. Eugene Bush, which you guys know Bush is Toya, which is his wife. Toya's last name, which is kind of like you kind of bitching him down a little bit. So it says that Dr. Eugene feels that Steve is rude. Steve does have like a little bit more animosity towards Dr. Eugene. I don't know where it's coming from, but Curtis and Dr. Eugene accuse each other of not being truthful. Let's get into this. Shout out to No Chaser on this clip.
During the Skip Workday party, you called it a married moment. What did you mean by that?
I think you'd be lying in your relationship if you've been together for a long period of time.
Yeah.
If you didn't have a moment where you said at least something you didn't mean.
Yes.
We just happened to be on TV.
Right.
With a bunch of people at our house.
Yes.
At that moment.
Yes.
There also was a couple people that might not have been invited had this not been an all-cast event.
Right.
Sounds like a narrative spin to me. And
you didn't
that's
have to comment, Steve.
Because whoa, I do have to comment because the blame was put on Mimi. But now you're having a married moment.
Mimi. She called out a bunch.
Oh, no. It was specific. In the very moment, it was you, bees, did this to me, Mimi Heavenly. That's what it was in the moment. I did not hear you take accountability for that. I have not heard an apology for that. Where's the apology?
There is no apology.
Okay.
Because I saw Mimi's face. Look, had a lot of judgment in it. I saw Heavenly's face had a lot of judgment in it.
Exactly. You blamed us.
So, Toya, why did you blame us?
Because y'all were talking
We were not. That's the thing. We were not. I did not talk about your marriage.
I see you. I see what you do. I see who you are. And I'm going to hold you accountable to the person that you are.
So it's cool.
It's weird how this is like, what is this? Is this their second time on the show, second season on the show? He has a lot of animosity. I noticed like when all the other guys are talking about something or they're referring something to Dr. Eugene, Steve will automatically jump in and insert himself and have like this attitude or this rage towards Eugene. And he just be looking at him like, bitch, what is your problem? Are you cool? Like, what is your problem? Why are you so upset? Sitting up here looking like a damn Latino fool with this damn, well, maybe I shouldn't have said that, with this damn blouse on, okay? You're looking like a Latin. Let me take that out. Let's take Latin out, because I don't want anybody to say, oh, she's racist. No, it's not that. You sitting here looking like your ass is ready to go to Cinco de Mayo with this damn blouse on, looking real spicy with all this damn animosity and anger, and want to sit up and argue with somebody. You are the least interesting person on this show. This is probably the most we've heard from you. You wait till you get to the reunion and want to argue with somebody. Like, sit down. I don't like him. I already don't like him. Sorry.
Eugene Bush.
Don't do all this.
Come on, Steve. That ain't right, man.
See, so we're not doing that.
You've been rude all day, Steve.
That ain't right, brother.
Steve, I've been on this stage 12 years. You
and I've
just
been here
got
too,
here.
and I didn't say anything.
You just got here. And the energy is off this year.
I have not said anything.
You're one of the new people who are here. And I'm just putting that out there.
And I've always been very calm.
Okay, but the guys have never been this rude to each other.
Okay, when you
wait. Where did it start? It started in your house. No matter if he's here 2 years, 12 years, or
Curtis, shut your ass up too, okay? You and Mexican Fiesta blouse, y'all two shut the hell up, okay? Because they pissing me off.
20 years. There's a respect
Curtis,
that goes.
we understand. You don't like my wife. You have an issue with my wife. I get it. And I understand why you have an issue.
I've got an issue with the truth.
Okay. Me too.
Okay.
And you haven't been truthful completely today either.
During the skip workday party, you called it a...
Right? I like it. I like a little spice, but damn, Steve, like you act like your cycle is on or something over there with your little Mexican blouse on. I don't know. We'll check back with you, Steve, okay? And your wife's supposed to be a therapist. You might need to holler at her after the reunion because, sir, that was giving too much energy, okay? Moving right along. Let's get into this next clip where y'all know Carlos King, okay, with his munchkin looking ass. He had to jump on this interview with Quad and Heavenly with they lying asses, okay? Frick and damn frack. So Quad, y'all know he was gonna get an interview out of them because he loved to interview everybody but the people that's on his damn shows, right? Carlos cares more about people on other networks than his own damn shows. That's why them ratings are looking like they are. But anywho, Quad says that Toya could never fully support her because it would mean elevating Quad. Says that Dr. Heavenly also questions Toya's intent booking Kurt's rental business. She can book wherever she wants to. She already said that Kirk and her husband, Dr. Eugene, are good friends. They still communicate, even though Kirk is no longer with Quad. Quad cannot control who King is friends with or who he chooses to hang out with, being that they're no longer together. Like, your time with him is up. You don't control him. You don't tell him who to be around or what to do or where to go. So that sounds very weird. But let's get into what was said, because y'all know messy ass Carlos had to jump his ass on the bandwagon. Let's go. Shout out to No Chaser.
How did you feel knowing that Toya is still keeping the friendship with Kirk? Because were you surprised that they even had a friendship?
This is what I'll say to that. I think Eugene and he may have a budding relationship, fresh, new possibility there, right? I don't know, maybe even after they see this, they'll probably go and hang out together, to try to cement it, but that's okay. In reference to Toya, I think that it is very difficult for Toya to 100% support me. It's very challenging for her to do that. And part of that is because I'm already that girl. You see what I'm saying? So if she supports me, then it's continuing to push me up a little bit higher. And that just can't be. She just can't give me that. So she may give me a little bit of something, but she'll never give it to me in its full glory. But the good thing about it is that I don't need it.
Boom. Do you think you have the life that Toya wants?
I think people find happiness in their own lives,
What do you think, Heavenly?
I'm running for Congress this.
Pardon me, but Carlos, that was a very messy question. Why would she want what Quad wants or what Quad has? Quad does not have a husband. Toya does. Okay. Toya has a brand new home just like Quad does. Toya wears labels just like Quad does. Toya has her own businesses just like Quad does. Quad is just as Quad is educated just like Toya. I really don't see the comparison here. Both women are about their business and doing their thing. Quad can't keep a man to save her life. Toya's been married to Eugene almost 20 some odd years. Granted, they do have problems. All marriages do. But at the end of the day, Quad, I feel like sometimes you kind of do be feeling yourself and thinking that the girls be checking for you more than you think they should be. I think that I think you think too highly of yourself sometimes. Like you just, I mean, it's nothing to encourage yourself to say, oh, you know, I'm that girl. It's nothing wrong with doing that. But I really think that Quad thinks that she's the only one on earth that's doing something, and everyone of the other girls on the show are pretty much not on her level or where she is. I mean, it's just, it's a little annoying, but I don't know. And then the fact that she's back in Heavenly, who we all know is a well-known mean girl who lies and who perpetuates bullshit, and the fact that she's running for office, she's trying to play nice because she wants this office, she wants this, you know, this political office so bad, and I feel like once she gets in there, she's going to return to being who the fuck she was and who we all have known her to be all these years. I don't support it at all, but Carlos, I guess you need some ratings because you're not getting them on Love and Marriage Huntsville, but let's continue.
District 13, y'all do not want to know what I think, really. Y'all really don't, because I do have thoughts on it. Leave it alone, please.
I'm moving on that same episode. Toya,
and I would say, I think when we're talking about Toya, right? And you're talking a little bit about me and Toya in our relationship. We're not beefing at all, and we're actually really cool right now. But I think that at any chance Toya could take to think she's going to
let's
embarrass me. Can I
because
finish?
No, you cannot. Listen, do you think that if Toya wanted to, do you think she's just such good friends with Kirk that she got to hang out with him and do his cars and all that? Why do you think she's doing that? I'm just asking. I just asked the questions. Why?
Well, that was I asked the same question too.
Why would be the question? Why would be my question? Why didn't you ask her that at the reunion so she could eat your ass up sitting up there on that stage? Why you didn't ask her that, Heavenly? You want to get over there with messy Carlos and let him get you in some mess. Toya is a responder. Toya will probably go live and respond to you. My question is, why didn't you ask her that at the reunion? Quad, why you didn't have that energy with Toya at the reunion? Now you guys are sitting over here like two little bully girls, and you have so much to say about you guys are you. Let me say it this way: for two people not to be thinking about somebody, you're sitting here doing a full-fledged interview about Toya. Toya is all up and through your mouth and your veins and your head and your mind and your heart and your spirit. You can't even talk about what you're doing. I keep saying, why are you talking about people that you don't like? If you're on a platform, why not promote what you're doing? Why not promote Heavenly, this office that you're running for? Quad, why not promote your businesses? Why not talk about your love life? We hear that you're dating some younger guy. Why don't you talk about that? You're still talking about King, which means that you're still checking for him as well. It just gives like, why give a person who you don't like that much energy versus focusing and promoting yourself? I would never sit on a platform and not promote me and what I have going on over a bitch that I don't like, don't fuck with, don't even want to think about at any time in my life. It's just weird to me. What do y'all think? Let's continue though.
Do you think they just great friends that she got to go down there and put on for that?
Well,
or
I will. Or what?
Well, it's for her son's birthday. Let's people will do whatever for their children.
There's a lot you could do for your children.
People will do whatever they will for their kids, and that was a great birthday.
Okay, I'll let it go.
Please let it go, because child, at the end of the day, Carlos, you were very messy for this. You watched the reunion just like everyone else. Again, all the questions that are being asked should have been asked at the reunion. All the comments, the sneaky little sly remarks should have been done at the reunion. Quad tried to sit there like she was in the fucking Twilight Zone, looking like Tammy Faye Baker with that twisted wig her ass had on. And Heavenly, you sat up there looking like a wide-faced moose. You didn't have shit else to say because you trying to be nice and play nice and be fake as hell for this damn political race that your ass is in, when you should be racing down there to the gym. But anyway, yeah, I went there. Sorry. I had to get that out of my system, child. Let's get into this new clip that OWN has dropped for Belle Collective-Birmingham. You guys know Stormy Steele, who used to be on Love and Marriage Huntsville, will be on the new season of Belle Collective-Birmingham. So we're going to go ahead and look at this clip now that's been released. Okay, it's a very short clip, but still we're going to watch it. we're gonna watch it so you guys will know. I think I'm gonna watch Belle Collective-Birmingham because y'all know I do like Belle Collective. So I'm gonna see what the girls got going on. It looks like it's gonna be pretty good and they're gonna be giving. So I'll entertain it, and then we may actually talk about it on my platform. All right, but let's get into it. These are the girls, honey, the Belle Collective girls. Stormy is here as well. Let's go. Shout out to
These Southern women build businesses. 1 hour in, Lala. Families. And legacy.
When it comes to Canvas, my first product was literally made in my kitchen. So to be where we are today is just so mind-blowing to me.
I am Nigerian-born content creator. I've grown an audience of close to 400,000. Oh, I love this view.
It is 2.6.
Oh, that's a steal.
That's a steal.
When you're doing smiling pictures, you want to laugh. I have helped kids get into commercials, movies, television, print. We do it all.
My name is Amber Jones. I'm the current CFO of Canvas Beauty. I'm a boss. My business runs itself, and I can be a great wife and mother.
God, I pray for my sister right now, Lord God.
I feel chosen to bring women together because it allowed for me to serve.
In Birmingham, friendship is the real power. To the collective.
Okay. Let's pause it. It will be coming on. As you guys can see on my screen, the new series will begin. Belle Collective-Birmingham, new season Friday, April the 10th. 9/8 Central, of course, on OWN. Okay, so for those of you that like Belle Collective is already on with Latrice and the other girls, go ahead and check out this new Belle Collective Birmingham, which is very familiar with one of our familiar, well, not very familiar, but with one of our familiar former Love and Marriage Huntsville castmates, which will be Stormy Steele. Some of you guys don't check for her, some of you that do, but she is on a new platform. So we're going to see what this show is going to give. I'll be watching because I am, like I said, a fan of the Belle Collective girls. So we'll see what these girls are bringing, okay? Shout out to them. Okay, yes. I love the coordination with the black and white. That's cute. Okay, so we'll see what it's giving. What do y'all think? Let me know. Okay, you said you wait for my review. That's cool. I'll probably talk about it just to give some highlights from it, kind of the way I do with Married to Medicine, right? I pull clips, and I'm pretty sure they have some really good clips out there. So we'll probably pull clips and talk about it and review that way. So what do y'all think about all the topics we discussed? Let me know what y'all think about Young Miami saying that Diddy is not the person that she doesn't see Diddy as the person that everyone else sees him as. Let me know what y'all think about the young guys, that the young teenage boys who are going to be tried as adults for the R wording of the young girl. Let me know what you guys think about Boosie speaking up again about the young woman coming out to accuse him of R-wording her as well. Let me know what y'all think about the clip from Married to Medicine where Steve and Dr. Eugene and Curtis had a little back and forth. That was a mess. And of course, the little interview clip with Carlos King, Quad, and Heavenly. Okay, y'all let me know what y'all think about all of those topics. I will respond accordingly in the comments. Thank you all for being here. To my top flights, Rose Armstead, True TV Podcast, and of course, Tiffany Thomas. Thank you all for modding. Any content creators that we have in the chat, thank you guys for being here. And of course, all of our Caramelians. All right. Love you guys down. We'll see you guys on the next one. Have a wonderful day. Until the next one. Bye. Hey. Like, subscribe, share.
Yeah. You already know what time it is. It's your girl, Caramel. Let them know. Yeah, you know it's your girl Caramel. Yeah, you know it's your girl Caramel. Stay coming through, giving all the people hell. She got the dopest type of tea, can't you tell? If you want the real spill, ring that bell. Join the Caramelian crew right now. Whole squad lit, we don't back down. Kick back, relax, enjoy the show. But hit that like button though. Stepping in the room, whole vibe shift quick. Pressure on 10, yeah, the tea stay thick. No cap, no filter, straight facts I spit. If it's hot in the streets, I'm addressing it. Caramel dripping, sweet but savage. Mic in my hand, I do real damage. Comment section jumping, crew stay active. Caramelian gang interactive. I don't sugarcoat, I activalize. Real recognize, real every time I slide. If the drama too loud, I amplify. Cause you know that she's a vibe, certified. Yeah, you know it's your girl Caramel. Stay coming through, giving all the people hell. She got the dopest piping tea, can't you tell? If you want the real spill, ring that bell. Join the Caramelian crew right now. Whole squad lit, we don't back down. Kick back, relax, enjoy the show. But hit that like button though. Like, comment, subscribe. subscribe. We outside. Caramellian crew worldwide. Turn the volume up real loud. She a whole mood, no doubt. Yeah. It's your girl, Caramel. Stay vibing, stay subscribed. Let them know.